Hi ladies and gentlemen, Spenny here, and welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 4 Part 15. While the last episode was the latest in the series in over a month, I actually recorded that way back when I was working on the True Crime Streets of LA review. But I decided to take a break, pause GTA 4, and put brief sole focus on reviews. So this one is the unofficial return to ColourShed Productions for me. The first gameplay recording of any kind in nearly 2 weeks. And it's kind of a coincidence that the in-game time is nearly 4 AM, because I actually started recording part 15 at 4 AM in real life. I decided to have a very early night at the time, woke up in the middle of the night and just couldn't fall back to sleep for over an hour. So I decided, alright then, return to the GTA 4 gameplay commentary series, do something productive. I mean, that's one way to resume ColourShed Productions right before the sun rises. It's kind of poetic.
Guys, all right? You, the guy's
You
good.
checked them out?
Hey, here he is right here. Phil Nico Phil.
So you're the guy who got jumped for a couple of million?
Yeah, you gonna pop me for it?
No, I've heard good things. Some odd friends, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Phil Bell, literally the second the cutscene begins, he's asking whether Nico can be trusted. But otherwise, another likable character.
Listen, we got a lot of missing money, and we got a problem with these bikers.
And I've got the problem finding someone.
Yeah, nearly got something on that.
From my point of view, you've been looking into it for over a month now.
Maybe you can deal with the bikers. Calm them down. They're causing trouble on the corner of Vauxhall and Exeter.
Sure.
Otherwise, you and Raymond here got a serious problem. The boss has got to get paid.
Now, it isn't shown in this game, but Ray actually got a hold of Johnny and his friend Jim, who stole the money from the last part, and let's just say it's one of the most brutal cutscenes of the whole GTA series, enough to leave my jaw dropped when I saw it for the first time. But they were able to escape, and they seemed pretty calm about it. A wine and dinner, having Phil to converse with. I suppose they were keeping this interaction a surprise until the Lost and Damned DLC released a year later. You see, this is why I always use taxis. I went from one side of the map to start this mission, and now I've got to go back north near where my safe house is.
This is as far as we go.
You took something that belonged to my employers.
Now, there's a lot of debate over whether that's actually Jim Fitzgerald or not. Personally, I don't think it is, because that bald lost biker specifically appears in the same cutscene as Jim during the money exchange between him and Johnny in the Lost and Damned. It at least proves he knows exactly what's going on, and I think Jim was just killed off screen by one of Ray's goons. Not the most dignified death for a major character, but that's what makes the most sense to me. I mean, why would he go to the spot he grabbed the diamond money off Johnny after escaping from Ray's basement?
Couldn't they make this easy?
Put safety first. Remember when I said in part 2 that I'm considering trying to evade a 6-star wanted level after I beat this game? Well, these tunnels are the easy way to do it without cheats, and this is the entry point, at least for cars.
You made a mistake following us.
It is, however, easier to run into a train than you think. When I played this mission for the first time, I accidentally hit the same train coming straight at me, this one, like 3 times in a row because I always underestimated how quick they're going. Obviously, I played it enough to never make that mistake again. Hopefully. But I think it was because I took out the first biker and suddenly it becomes a scripted chase where the closer you get, the faster the enemy goes, therefore it's easier to run into a train. Now don't get me wrong, this is a cool mission, especially with the LCHC radio station on, riding through the tunnel at top speed. Again, reinforcing my point that the whole map is used once you complete the story. It's just a little difficult to handle the realistic mechanics at first.
The Uptown J Train?
That was clumsy of him, but look who's talking. I thought there was a cutscene where he runs into these broken trains. And also, why are all these trains operating on these tracks from both sides if there's a blockage here? Because it's a video game, Spenny, shut up! Alright. Also, with the other biker, you can only hit him after you leave the tracks. As you saw, it was instantaneous. But if you try to hit him before you even enter the tracks, it's virtually impossible.
I got rid of those bikers for you. Johnny wasn't there, though.
The other guys are meant to be taking care of him. Don't worry about it, Nicky.
Are they though? Because from my experience, you've been underestimating how self-reliant he really is. Good thing Nico wasn't involved. And it's the last you hear of Johnny in GTA 4, considering that it's the second last mission of the Lost and Damned DLC where you have to escape and take out Ray's men. But at least you've done your end of the bargain, and I have one final mission with Francis. I don't know if that was an example of traffic weaving out of the way of the train that isn't there, or the limo driver sucks at changing lanes. Nah, not yet. It automatically triggers a mission if I answer it.
Why didn't you tell me Derek was back?
What?
Why didn't you tell me you was hanging around with my brother?
I assumed if you cared, you'd have found out.
Well, I have found out.
Even after everything he's been through with the whole McCreery family, Nico to Francis is still like, whatever, I don't care.
Whatever he stood for, he betrayed. He only left here in the first place because he was caught stealing from the Mafia. He's a pathetic wretch.
But in fairness to Francis, a lot of these things he says about Derek are accurate. But at least the latter is honest about who he is, whereas Francis is a crook hiding behind the badge.
Threatening to talk to a journalist about his family, about me.
Well, tell him to be quiet.
I am trying to become the commissioner of police. I'd be a laughingstock.
I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to make sure he keeps quiet.
You got the big problem then.
Me? We, my friend. We.
Firstly, I'm not your friend. Secondly, what do you mean we? Bellic has nothing to lose in this situation.
Kill your brother.
He's already dead. Just put him out of his misery.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you, pal.
Honestly, this was
I'm gonna meet him in the
inevitable.
Courtyard Park off Bismarck and Lancet. Deal with him. Make him a tragedy, not a disaster. Do it, or I will put you away. Oh, don't push me.
Oh, you're talking. I'm gonna have the sniper rifle with the scope pointing at you, so you better show some respect. Especially after all I've done for you. No wonder most of the McCreery family don't like him. Also, does he know Nico is working for the IAA, the United Liberty Paper Contact who can clear his name anyway? Well, the answer should be no, because they're secret. But point is, I don't think Bellic is concerned about Francis having dirt on him. Okay, I got a message from Derek basically telling me that he thinks Francis is gonna kill him, like it's Cain and Abel stuff. He probably tried to call while I was getting on the motorbike and it didn't work. Basically, if you don't answer, you get a text message instead. So, like Dwayne and Playboy, you have more than one choice in this situation without the two realizing. Derek or Francis?
Sounding like I got no choice. One McCreery brother is going to get me to kill another.
That's what I like to hear.
That's an interesting quote because it also means vice versa between the two. Bring the helmet. Oh, never mind. Maybe that's something they can do in GTA 6, have a way to carry the helmet, and having one on affect health when crashing a motorbike. Either that or you lose more health based on the limbs that get hit.
Derek, my brother.
Frankie, what's this about? I've got to say, I'm nervous about this little meeting.
Now I know that if you choose to kill Derek, not only do you get paid, but also the option to remove the wanted level at any time. Only it doesn't technically count as a cheat code. But from my experience, every time I really needed it during missions, Francis never answers the phone. And even then, if I wanted to use it for free roam rampaging purposes, I might as well use a cheat code. Without saving, of course. Hang on, give me a minute.
Hey, what's the problem? I thought you were gonna make something happen for me.
I'm not so sure about it.
What's gonna make you sure? You want me to give you a raise?
That might help.
Alright then, call it a bonus. Make this happen.
I bet he wasn't expecting that. Francis was my choice on my first playthrough because he's too much of a prick to spare. Thing is though, even if you spare Derek, Packy reveals in GTA 5 that he dies at some point between both games anyway. So it can either be from this, or the addiction getting the worst of him.
I really got the feeling it was him and me back there.
You don't know the half.
The last bit of juice I got on the stick.
There's one less cop on the streets of Liberty City.
What do you mean, Packy?
I mean that my cop brother Francis McCreery is no longer with us.
Well, this is awkward, Packy talking to the person that killed one of his brothers. And he's wearing a helmet inside his safe house while talking on the phone.
Gary's gonna be able to do will be in prison. He got hauled in last night.
Shit, is it serious?
Charges ain't gonna stick, don't worry.
Yeah, Gerald said in part 13 that he was worried about being indicted, and I guess it happened.
I'll stop by, man. I'll see you there.
Remember to wear a suit, Nico. We can't have you dressed like a bum in the church.
That's another reason I'm at the safe house to change the outfit, because you have to wear a suit for this mission. Isn't it weird that the funeral for Francis just happens to be on the day he was killed?
but he was a committed family man and a man of beliefs. God asks us to show faith, and that is what he did in his way. Francis gave so much of himself and will be sorely missed by us all. Amen.
Amen. I'm, sorry for your loss.
I'm not. I'm sorry for Mom. I gave up on my brothers a long time ago.
But let's not forget that this is Grand Theft Auto, and after all that work we did for Gerald, the Albanian gangsters are retaliating at their most vulnerable.
Nico, will you help me protect my family?
Of course, Packy!
Setting American hot? Is God will not find you? This is the place of God. Jesus Christ!
Like I said before, it's been over a month since I played it, and the mechanics feel a little more foreign, because during my break I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy, and the shooting mechanics for the second and third titles feel better than GTA 4. However, despite this, things are going very well at the moment. I've barely taken any damage, they aren't surrounding me, and unlike that first mission with Derek where a single bullet can trigger the wanted level, as you can see it isn't the case here. Maybe the police are on your side because it is the funeral of a police sergeant. You'd think they'd get the whole force down here.
Get out of the church! Come on! Frankie's plot is in the graveyard on Colony Island, Nico. Can we put him in the ground?
That's another reason I prefer to take up. Oh, the door's open.
Look where they were going. There's a whole lot of air where the back door should be, Nico. Go easy on her or my brother will fall out.
Now this is one of the few moments where if I fail a mission, at least at this point, I actually laugh because of how comical it is seeing the frozen body of either Francis or Derek falling out of the casket and hearse. It's the sort of thing I'd put in my own dark comedy movie. And like most missions, it's until you're close to the marker when you lose them. Not like Driver where you're on a time limit and you have to lose them before reaching the marker. Otherwise, my general opinion of this game would be very different.
I never thought I'd be on the run from some Albanian gangsters with a cop in the car. Can we call for backup or something?
Yeah, I said that a minute ago. I suppose it would make the mission too easy.
No, you dumb European fuck! I meant my brother, Francis! It was a joke!
Hell of a fucking time to be making jokes about your dead brother.
That's another thing if you kill Francis. The cemetery to bury him is a shorter distance than the one you take to Derek on the other side of the map. That said, with a little bit of unique dialogue, the mission is exactly the same. And the McCreery family never suspect that it was Nico who did it. And neither did the police for that matter. R.I.P. Francis. Like I said, kind of awkward considering Nico is the culprit. Though what might have been if he didn't tell him to kill Derek?
Anyway, I'm not here for Francis. I'm here for you and Packy.
Like I said, thanks. Give me a call sometime, Nico.
Okay, I'm cutting straight to throwing Muhammad out of the cab, because there hasn't been a moment when Nico hasn't done that.
Oh! My car!
Should never treat the driver with such disrespect, or Nico will simply reciprocate.
I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. You understand? I'm on a cell phone, you jerk. Oh, you want me killed? Oh yeah? Screw you!
How many times has Ray been betrayed? I wonder if that greedy attitude of his has anything to do with it, but at this point in the story, it's happened 5 times. Think about it. Tenny Benavides, the waste depot manager that Luca mentioned during the trash collecting mission, Luca himself, the Lost Bikers, and now Isaac.
Blaming me for everything. Everything! Even the shit we didn't do. Now I got no money, no diamonds, and this dick's threatening to have me killed.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dimitri is on that list too. I know Ray's enough of a someone to get them all killed in retaliation.
Go shut those fuckers up.
No problem.
But I imagine he wouldn't need to if they didn't stab him in the back. And as he'll prove with Nico after this mission, he is a man of his word. Honestly, it's surprising he's so far up the ladder in organized crime in the first place. Then again, this is Liberty City. Roman can afford a cab depot here despite gambling away all his money to the point of being kidnapped. There are multiple ways to enter and escape. Like there's one of those building cranes, but that's usually the escape route for me. Besides, shooting more bad guys is better.
Somebody down, please. I'm a sick man already.
Because it's a narrow room, it's usually perfect for rampaging.
Nowhere else to go.
I'll fucking
Hit his head. Oh, that's divine. That's divine intervention right there. There you go, got him. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played this. Some enemies... Oh, that was close. Like him. I'm really running out of ammo, actually. I'll have to start using the SMG more often. In fact, it'll be a theme throughout a large portion of this playthrough from here on out.
Stay down!
There's a health bar here, at least. Oh, Jesus, that was a close call.
Show mercy! Is that not what your life has
No.
taught you?
No survivors. I don't want to hear from Ray after this mission. Now, I do know there's an enemy up here.
My leg!
Oh! I should do that more often, because people falling downstairs in this game looks very comical with the ragdoll physics.
Get out of here, you stupid bitch! This
Just
was
ran
all
into
Rory's
me.
doing. He wanted those diamonds so bad.
Threatening to kill people is not a good idea, Isaac.
Nico can also say that stolen diamonds is an unpleasant business. As I said before, there are two different ways about escaping. You can either use the elevator and face a lot of police. That took me a long time to discover. It must be the auto aim, only focused on the enemies and nothing explosive. But anyway, I usually take this work lift thing because I always assumed that it was the only way with all the enemies outside. And as you can see on the map, the police are waiting for me at the front door. However, the huge downside to going this way is after the mission is complete, you still want it with 2 stars, so you gotta make sure you're in a vehicle before the game automatically calls Ray to say it's done. If not, you can only walk and it's virtually impossible to get in the vehicle because for some reason he just forgets how to do it while he's on the phone. Whereas in GTA 5, for example, you can enter vehicles and at least jog while on the phone. I imagine it's one of those little things the developers improved on. I reckon you're supposed to lose the wanted in order to complete the mission, and the programmers just forgot to implement it in this one specifically.
There's some fool called Talbot Daniels over in the Triangle. He's into me for about 10 G's, and he says he might know something about Florian Kravich.
Florian.
Your days of searching are over, my friend. This guy should point you in the right direction.
So there you go, Ray was able to keep his word and found someone who knows one of the men Nico is looking for.
I'm coming to collect you from the apartment. Wait for me there.
What I did before was get in a 4-door vehicle and drive as far away from this safe house, presumably far enough so you can listen to both phone calls before picking Roman up.
You know, if this fucks up, the bad shit's coming down on my head.
What do you mean?
I mean, you fuck up and I take this shit.
Maybe if you didn't gamble too much, things would be a little easier. Besides, nothing serious has happened since the kidnapping.
Now I am practically chopping board to have so many cuts on me.
That said, he kind of has a point.
I worry for you, NB. Sometimes you just gotta let the hate go. You really going to feel better once Florian is dead?
Soon, we will find out. Hey! I hear you know Florian Kravich. Where is he?
Florian Kravich? I don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't act well under pressure, NB. Beat him a little.
All right already.
Well, that was easy enough. Nico didn't even touch him. My guess is you were originally meant to hit him, like, you know, melee gameplay, and they must have cut that part out. And this is exactly what the 4-door vehicle is for. Sometimes you'll find yourself taking over a minute because, for some reason, traffic feels empty in this spot.
Talbot, if you screw me around, you are a dead man.
Okay, if I'm right, Bernie's place is somewhere uptown.
Also, in this case, you actually have to do it slowly, or otherwise Talbot says he's lost and that fails the mission. So really pay attention to what he's saying. I think you can make 1 or 2 mistakes, but I'm not risky it.
Let me retrace my steps then.
Now with a free copy number puzzle.
Hang a right.
As you just saw there, what is irritating is that he makes the decisions just as you're about to pass the intersection. Like when you're already in the middle of one. Another reason to go slowly, I guess.
Now where was it again? You might have to keep going here. Left on this one. Turn right. Straight ahead. Okay. Head on. Let me think about this. All right, turn left. Take this right. This is it. This is Bernie's place. Are you going to kill him?
When I'm done with Florian, he will be begging to die. That is the most your friend can look forward to. Get out of here now. You've done your job.
Nico, be calm. Be calm!
Fuck! Calm! Florian! Oddesams bok tebe, Drkađior! Otvori!
How does he know exactly which apartment to go to? Imagine if he kicked some random person's door in.
Florian! I've come for you, Florian.
Oh, go away!
Though for a brief second it looked to be exactly the case.
Florian. Yesitoti.
Nico? What the hell are you doing here?
I've come to ask you some questions. It wasn't you, was it? What wasn't me? Who set us up?
Oh my god! You think it was me? That's why you are here! You've come to kill me! Well, screw you, Nico Bellic and Fatty Roman! It wasn't me, wasn't!
I wouldn't do that!
Now, I don't want to pretend that I'm shocked because I played this so much, but yeah, first time completely unexpected. You have to realize it's the first time you see one of the men Nico is searching for. You only know his past feelings and experiences in the war, and eventually the names of them after saving Roman after he was kidnapped. Florian, or Bernie, has certainly moved on.
Well, I'm a lifestyle coach, and I teach an aerobics class, and I'm in love. He's the deputy mayor.
Bryce Dawkins? But he's so into family values.
Oh, that's just politics.
Where is Darko?
Dead, I hope!
But at the same time, when standing next to Nico for the first time in a decade with the way he talks, Florian is still sort of there, like flashbacks of the war returning, which is another standout in the cutscene, and it never happens again after that, apart from one phone call which I'll bring up when it appears.
We have to find him.
I think he's a bit freaked out. I guess he thought seeing you would answer some questions.
So I see. Well, it's great to see you guys. We must do brunch.
Sure. See you later, Florian.
Bernie!
In fact, the only thing predictable about this moment on my first playthrough is because it's been around 12-13 hours up to this point, I kind of expected that it wouldn't be the one that organized the betrayal.
He may not be here in Liberty City, but he's still out there. I will find out where Darko Brevic is, and I will make him answer for his actions. We know now that it was him.
I also like the way Talbot gives us a couple of clues, saying, "What have you got me into, Bernie?" and "This is Bernie's place." Let's just say it'll be a different experience when Nico also meets Darko for the first time in a decade.
Nicky, you ice him?
He wasn't the one I was looking for.
Too bad, Cheech. I did what I could.
So, another crazy way to end the video despite the mission consisting of slow and careful driving. But even though it's been over a month, that was probably one of the most efficient parts I've done for a long time. There was always something to talk about, I barely got hurt during the shootouts. Maybe the break really did help recharge my batteries. It's just good to be back, and thank you all for continuing to watch. At the time of releasing this video, I've actually completed the game and have all the raw footage in place. It's just a matter of refining it into this type of video, so I hope to complete the series in the next week or two, not just release one every week. And then I'll be solely focusing on reviews again. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, and speak to you soon.